Do you ever find yourself physically present, but your mind is somewhere else? Have you experienced talking to someone and realizing you didn't actually hear the last thing they said? Or have you ever agreed to spend time with someone, even though deep down you wished you were somewhere else? If so, you've come to the right place. At the end of this video, I'll summarize the key takeaways in a concise form, allowing you to easily write them down and carry these powerful reminders with you throughout your day. Through these videos, we will help you become more present and engaged, bringing joy not only to your friends, partner, children, colleagues, and boss, but most importantly, to yourself. By working through these practices, you'll be able to experience the joy of truly being in the moment, become more productive, and get better at pursuing your dreams. So, let me ask you, is life happening anywhere else but right now? The answer is no. Life is only ever happening in this very moment, the now. The past is nothing more than a collection of memories stored in our minds, and the future is a series of projections and expectations. But the only thing that's truly real is this present moment. Right here. Right now. Yet, despite this truth, so many of us find it difficult to live in the now. Our minds constantly jump back and forth, reliving past experiences or worrying about what may come. We often end up missing the life that's unfolding right in front of us. In reality, it's rarely beneficial to be anywhere other than the present moment. There are, of course, specific situations where stepping out of the now is necessary. For example, when we need to reflect on past experiences to learn from our mistakes or think strategically about the future, like planning for a project at work. But outside of these scenarios, it's almost always better to be fully present. Why? Because when we're stuck in the past, we're often dwelling on things we can't change, which leads to regret or frustration. And when we're too focused on the future, we're often caught up in anxiety about what might or might not happen. Neither of these states bring us peace or fulfillment. Instead, the present moment offers a sense of clarity and calm. When we're fully present, we can respond to situations more effectively, appreciate the beauty in front of us, and find joy in the smallest of experiences. By being in the now, we free ourselves from the weight of things we can't control and open up to a life that feels richer and more meaningful. So how do we stay in the present? How do we embrace the now? Being in the present moment means realizing that the only time we ever have is right now. It's about letting go of regrets, shame, or frustration from the past, and not getting lost in the expectations or fears about the future. When we learn to live in the now, we start to expand our awareness. We begin to notice the small things, the sound of the wind, the sensation of our breath, the beating of our hearts. Life becomes richer and more vibrant because we're no longer distracted by the endless mental chatter that pulls us out of this moment. It also means taking responsibility for being present. No one else can do this for us. It's a conscious choice we must make again and again. When we choose to be present, we take control of how we experience life. We're no longer at the mercy of fleeting thoughts and emotions. Every moment becomes an opportunity to live, not just to get through the day. When we focus on the now, even the simplest of tasks, like sipping a cup of tea or feeling the warmth of the sun on our skin, become deeply fulfilling experiences. This kind of presence also makes us more selective about how we spend our time and energy. We become more aware of what truly matters to us and start saying no to activities or people that don't align with our values. So, ask yourself, how often are you really present? How much of your day do you spend worrying about things that happened in the past or that might happen in the future? The good news is that you can start practicing being in the now at any time. Right now, for instance, focus on your breath. Notice the feeling of air entering your nostrils the rise and fall of your chest. This simple act of awareness pulls you back into the present moment. Being present is not something that happens overnight. It's a skill, like any other that you build with practice. But the more you practice, the more natural it becomes to live fully in the now and appreciate the beauty of life as it is. Remember, life is happening now, and the more we choose to be present, the more we truly live. Now that we've established the importance of living in the present, the question becomes, how do we actually stay in the present moment, day after day? How do we avoid getting caught up in thoughts about the past or worries about the future? Now we'll explore how to let go of the past, free ourselves from future expectations, and break free from others' opinions. The past has a strong grip on many of us. Old regrets, unresolved conflicts, or painful memories can pull us out of the present moment and keep us stuck in a cycle of dwelling on what we cannot change. But how do we begin to let go? Acknowledge the past, without dwelling on it. Whenever you find yourself revisiting a past experience, close your eyes and visualize placing this experience onto a leaf floating on a calm river. Watch as the leaf drifts away, carrying the memory with it. This visualization helps you acknowledge the past without clinging to it. Challenge your thoughts. Ask yourself, is thinking about this right now helping me in any way? Most of the time, the answer will be no. Gently remind yourself that holding on to the past only takes away energy that could be used to enjoy the present. Create a daily let-go ritual. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on any lingering thoughts or emotions from the day. Write them down, and then consciously say to yourself, I let this go. This small ritual can help you release and move on. Worrying about the future can often lead to anxiety and prevent us from being present. Whether it's stressing about what might happen or fearing the unknown, future-based thinking pulls us out of the now. So, what could you do? Focus on what you can control. When you notice your mind drifting to future worries, ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Focus on those aspects and let go of the rest. This helps you shift your attention from the unpredictable future to the actionable present. Set worry time aside. Allocate a specific time each day, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, to allow yourself to think about future concerns. Write them down, and after that time is up, let go of those thoughts and move on. This method prevents worries from taking over your entire day. Practice mindful breathing. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by future thoughts, take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Bring your attention back to your breath and how your body feels in this very moment. This simple exercise helps anchor you back to the now. Letting go of others' expectations. We often let ourselves be guided by what we think others expect of us. This could be our parents' dreams, our partner's desires, or societal pressures. But the truth is, we can't be fully present if we're always trying to live up to others' standards. Instead, identify whose voice you're listening to. When you notice that you're making a decision based on someone else's expectations, pause and ask yourself, whose voice am I listening to right now? Is this what I truly want? This awareness can help you separate your own desires from those of others. Create boundaries for your well-being. Practice saying no when something doesn't align with your values or goals. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's essential for living authentically. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to honor your own needs without guilt. Write a list of your own values. List the things that matter most to you, your core values. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by others' opinions or expectations, revisit this list to remind yourself what you stand for and what's truly important to you. By letting go of the past, freeing yourself from future worries, and releasing others' expectations, you'll start to experience life in its purest form, the now. This is where true freedom and fulfillment lie. Here are the key points from this video, so you can write them down and look at them whenever you need a reminder. In the next video, we'll explore more practical techniques to train your mind to stay in the present and how to reconnect with your body through mindfulness practices. See you soon, and remember to stay in the present.